Captain James Cook, value of botanist. Many years ago, a boy named James Cook stood at the top of Tall Hill in Yorkshire, England. James liked to look far away toward the sea. James knew if he wanted to be a sailor, he has to be born and willing to try new things. One day the schoolmaster showed the children a war map and said, "There are great parts of the world that no one knows much about. Someday both men will discover what is out there. Maybe when I'm grown up, I can go on a voyage like that," exclaimed James excitedly. When James was 17, he went to work in a shop in
什么 Stasis
Stasis, a fishing port. Whenever he can get away, he went down to the sea. After 2 years, James quit and went to work for some ship owners. For 8 years, he worked for the owner of the ship, carried coal up to Scandinavia and into Polar Sea. He learned about navigating in dangerous water. During the winter, when the ships were
怎样 ？be 动 been 加 pp 进行被动。
being
repaired.
James studied, but James wanted adventure, so he joined the Navy. James Cook advanced quickly in the Navy. In 2 years, he is a master of one of His Majesty's ships. He was
be 动 responsible for 点点点。
He was responsible for navigation and management of the ship. During this time, 1759, England and France were at war. The ship could
动词 manage
sail to North America and up to
哪里？St. Lawrence River
to support the army in Canada. A long way up the river, the captain said, "There are 200 ships waiting here. The river is dangerous, and the buoys that mark the safe channel has been removed." Cook replied, "We will just have to recharge and rebuoy the river." And so he and his crew did. Finally, every
British
ship
英国可以说 England 或者 British 哈。
British ships sail safely on the river. The charts that Cook made were used more than 100 years. Then the Royal
Society 决定
decided to spend an expedition to Tahiti to study Venus. They will also explore
the Pacific.
And look for a great south continent. They need someone who can navigate in bad weather, so they chose Cook. This voyage went smoothly. The scientists went ashore often to collect new
Species.
of animal and plant. 8 years later, ships arrived Tahiti and stayed for 3 months. Then they continued their voyage. Cook knew there were islands to chart, and he must look for the southern continent. They continued south, roughly 1,500 miles, and find nothing, so Cook turned to west. 3 weeks later, they reached New Zealand. Then they continued sail to Australia coast. When they made it home, everyone was interested about learning their adventure. Years later, Cook sailed south of Antarctic Circle
Antarctica.
and the Arctica Circle and find all the land is small and uninhabitable. Habitable. After returning to England, Cook became a Navy captain. One day, some officers talked about finding a northwest passage. They believed that Captain Cook could find it, and he was happy to be the commander of the expedition. Unfortunately, this would be his last. He sailed up to north coast of
North Coast. 西海岸 West Coast.
west coast of North America, but was forced to turn back. Ice was everywhere. They will spend the winter in Hawaii and try again the following summer. The natives were friendly, but then an argument broke out between the crew and some natives. When Cook tried to end it, he was killed. Everyone was saddened. James Cook was one of the great navigator and explorer the world has ever known.
好。